What's up, guys? Car28 with 4 Next Level Gamers. I am back again playing some Assassin's Creed 3 today. I'm actually playing some Artifact Assault. Not one of the typical game modes I play usually. I prefer to play the Domination, which I kind of thought I was playing to start with. And then once I ran through my flag area here, I realized I was not playing the Domination mode. So when I first started up the game, that's what I clicked on, but it jumped me into this. I don't know if no one else was playing or what was going on. So, not a big deal. Like I said, not something I typically play. Now, I got that red arrow there, so I know my pursuer is around somewhere, and I just saw him kind of creeping around, so I am just going to blend into the group here and wait for, there he is, right there. We'll nail him, and then from there, I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to steal the flag. So, for those of you who don't know what Artifact Assault is, it's more or less just capture the flag. You take it and run back to your base, and then you keep going back and forth. Rather simple, it's an easy concept, and sometimes it's easier said than done. I typically play, like I said, Domination or free-for-all modes. The Wanted, Assassinate, I got handed to me. I realized a lot of guys are playing with Decoy. So there's a tip for you, if any of you are playing that Assassinate mode. A lot of guys are using Decoy, they're sending the Decoy out. You think it's them, it is not. So with a new mechanic of once you've killed the wrong person or tried to stun someone or whatever, and it's not that person, you're penalized for about 8 seconds. So once they send the decoy out, you've been penalized because you hit the decoy, and then they tag you up and punch you in the face and then kill you. So needless to say, I got rather pissed off and quit. Once the round was done, I bailed out. I played that. I played some Wanted. Wasn't having much fun on that either. So I thought, well, let's try something a little more team-based. So here I am playing Artifact Assault. Artifact Assault is Booker 140's game mode. This is his stuff. The team-based stuff is what he likes to do. I'm not much of a team-based player. I'd rather do the free-for-all, like the deathmatch and the Wanted. Like I said, I did play the Assassinate earlier. For some reason, all of our scores got wiped out recently too. I don't know what that's about. Oh well, it is what it is. Just another chance to go for another score, I guess, another high score. Now today, the Seasons Pass holders get our first piece of DLC a week earlier than everybody else. I did pick up the Seasons Pass when the game first launched, so for 30 bucks, I signed up for that Seasons Pass, and from that, I should save about $10 to $15 on the overall DLC throughout the season. There is listed so far 3 pieces of DLC. The first one here is the Hidden Secrets. With this came 2 multiplayer characters, the Red Coat and the Sharpshooter, and also 3 extra levels for the single player. Now, one of the levels I already currently have, just because of my pre-order, so I picked up basically 2 others and 2 other multiplayer characters. Now, I've been wanting that Sharpshooter there for a while. You can't buy the Sharpshooter. Sometimes I was waiting for it to come as a release for later, but this came out as a DLC for the Seasons Pass. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what they're going to charge for those who don't have the Seasons Pass, so each piece of DLC, I'm guessing, will be anywhere between $10 to $15. And like I said, I should save about 10 bucks by the time I'm all said and done. So I'm guessing this is probably $10 on the 13th of December for those of you who don't have that Seasons Pass. Now, I am playing with some lower level player guys. As you'll see here in a while, I basically stalked one guy completely, let his focus meter build up, and then took him out, which is typically not achievable when you're playing with more experienced players. I got too close here to this guy. I threw my smoke bomb, but he still punched me in the face. I should have been spamming my kill button a little sooner than that, and you wouldn't have punched me. I just would have got my kill instead. These guys are running in. So, typically, if you're going to go for the artifact itself, and I would like to use Disguise or Glimmer. That way you can sneak in undetected and then bail out. I believe one guy tried that early, and then he started running. The problem is once he started running, it alerts where you are with the flag. So I throw my knives at him and I killed him earlier there. Now here I don't do that. These guys, like I said, are lower level players. So I basically just kind of held the fort at our end, waited for the guys to come in, took them out, and I also ran for the flag a few more times and got taken out. Now there's something I want to discuss a little bit here, because I was reading on IGN the other day, and I know some of you don't like IGN, some of you do. I'm a big fan of IGN. It is what it is. I do like reading the articles. Now, like I said, here's one guy, I tailed him. Like, I get stand right behind him, right? Like, that's just not possible, typically. Kill him for a good chunk of points. Now, anyways, like I was saying with the IGN article, the guys were posting that they think our console generation is gone on too long. Now, I'm just curious. I wouldn't mind getting a little discussion here going if some of you want to talk about this. I am curious on how you guys feel. Do you think our life cycle for this current generation of consoles, like the Xbox for 7 years and the PS3 now, has been going on for 6 years? Some of the developers are feeling that it's hurting sales, it's hurting new IPs. Do you agree with this? Do you not agree with it? I personally kind of like the idea that I still am able to play my PS3 without worrying about the next gen console. But not to say the minute someone talks about it on IGN or another game site or whatever, my ears perk up and I go check that out, right? Like the next PlayStation, I'm all over. I'll be getting that when that, hopefully, when that comes available, which is about, from the sounds of things, later in 2014. They figure Xbox 720 or whatever it's going to be called will be coming holiday season of 2013, and then in Sony fashion, they are going to take a leave of absence from the show and come out later. Now, if Sony would have paid attention from last time, it kind of hurt their sales at the beginning. A, because their price was so high, and B, because they came out a whole year after. So Xbox got a huge head start on them. So if they want to compete, they should maybe drop a little sooner. Now, like I said, having said that, I'm just going to focus back on to the consoles here. The life cycle of the PS3 now, we're sitting at 6 years. I love my PS3. New IPs coming out this year, like Dishonored. That's a great game from what I understand. I haven't been able to pick it up yet. It's definitely on my list of things to get. Guys, next year, like 2013 looks absolutely incredible. Like, start saving your cash now because the new IPs are coming out, like Beyond Two Souls, The Last of Us. What else is coming out? Remember Me. Ubisoft's talking about Watch Dogs is coming. So as far as new IPs coming, I don't think it's necessarily hurting whatsoever. Now, if you also followed the article, Rockstar mentioned with Grand Theft Auto 5 dropping next year, there isn't a better time to have a game launch than there is now because we're so far into that life cycle of these consoles that everybody has one, that their sales for GTA 5, I can only imagine, will be right through the roof. Just like how Black Ops 2 did, right? 500 million copies of Black Ops 2 sold in the first 24 hours. Like, that kind of says it all, doesn't it? When everybody and their brother has a console right now, it just makes sense to have new IPs take that risk because there's more people willing to go for that extra effort of, oh, here's a new idea. It sounds great. Just like Dishonored, I know guys who have played it now, some people say it's a little short, but those who have played it absolutely love the game. So there's no better time than to launch such a new game because everyone, like I said, has a current console. Now, within this life cycle of the PS3 and the 360, Nintendo has launched two systems within that time period. The Nintendo Wii, which started off huge. Everyone had a Wii. Everybody bought a Wii. My parents have a Wii. I hate the Wii. I just find it an absolute cumbersome system. Now, the Wii U has launched, sold out. Sounds great, brand new system. I think is a perfect time for Nintendo to launch because there are no other systems coming out anytime soon, so there is no competition for them to worry about. But once Xbox comes around with the next gen console and Sony, you might as well just forget about your Wii. So what's the Wii doing? The Wii U is bringing back Batman, Assassin's Creed. Okay, let's see. I've already played Batman. I own Assassin's Creed. As you can see, I'm playing it right now. Why would I want it on my Wii U? I don't need a big tablet like that to play with. I have a Vita. As far as I'm concerned, I'm good. I'm not a Nintendo fan. Not to say that they don't have great games. I know my wife loves some of their stuff. My 4-year-old loves their stuff. But for me, I'm a Sony or an Xbox guy. So the hardcore stuff is coming. Newer systems, are they necessary, guys, right now? Or you think it's okay to have the old system still for such a long life cycle? So leave me a comment in the section below, guys. Let me know, are we good with the system still? Like, if you watched David Cage talk about that demo that they performed last year at E3 of Kara. holy crap, like, you guys are barely tapping into the current gen. What are we going to get out of the next gen stuff? Better graphics? I'm sure we will. The draw distance, I'm sure, will get expanded. So I'm sure from a developer standpoint, they'll have extra perks that they can work with and build upon. But as far as video games themselves, I think we're just doing fine. Gamers, I think, have never had a better time than right now to enjoy more games and more possibilities. They're just endless to play in. It's just a giant playing field. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this conversation, the video. Do me a favor, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I am Cutter28 with 4 Next Level Gamers. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next level. I'm out.